Hello. Welcome down to growing security already getting temperatures in the 70s, had 80 yesterday. So hopefully it would be an honor if you could like and subscribe to this channel because it's your channel. I want it to be about you and I want you guys to come forward and come on it. That's and the more people that can find this channel and subscribe and like it, the more people will find it. And then we can get more of you guys to come forward and tell your story. We need to be the bigger voice over the media and over the cabal. They've controlled the narrative for far too long, and you can see all the suffering that's come from that. They're not out to help you, they're out to hurt you. And they've had fed us with so many lies for far too long. I also hope everyone has some time to a couple of seconds to subscribe to my friends' channels as well. They've been on here. We have some great people coming up in interviews on the podcast in the coming weeks as we roll into November. And November may very well be an intriguing time, and I think, God, how many of us just want something to happen? Like just drop the other shoe, I think at this point. Literally, it's like I just can't stand it anymore. I hate it. I hate it here. I hate not that I hate the earth. It's just that I hate the crust and what these monsters have been doing and lying to us about freedom. And we don't need freedom. We're under their thumb. And the only reason we're under their thumb is that we're not, standing up. Just stand up and face these people. It's crazy, it's why is everyone just going along with the narrative? Why are you, shaking hands with your jailers? God, it's crazy. If I had a big ship, I think I just, sit it down on something. So a couple of buildings I've got planned to land it on top of, which is why they say you're not going to get a ship. It's not like, yeah, let's just crush it, just splatter. There you go, right? Couple of buildings there, along the mid-Atlantic that we could, easily just kind of take out. That'd be nice. Anyway, yeah, we don't need new people in government. We need the government. We need a new government. That's what we need. Like, stop. Everybody's fighting over who's going to be in. You don't want any. We don't want anybody. The whole thing needs to be removed. The whole thing needs to be removed. You know. So, yeah, that's what I was asking. We hear so many stories here and there about what's going to happen, oh, the next eclipse, the next this, the next that, and nothing happens, and you're like, at least the people who say these things, you think they'd come forward and be like, oh, well, there's so many different timelines or this, or just explain the fact that what you said didn't happen over and over. Every time you say something, every time you prophesy something, nothing happens. It's like, so it's the boy who cried wolf really at this point, and we can't keep doing that. Something actually has to happen. So I don't know. I mean, obviously we have to do our part, and I ask them all the time, so what do you want me to do? Like, okay, I'm doing this. You told me to do this. You told me last year to do this, and I didn't do it last year. Ika was kind of sheepish last year. He was a little spooked. I was, not interested. So I'm between. So they set everything up now where, okay, all right, I'm doing this, but I don't feel like it's enough. Like I want to do more. But anyway, um, what I was told was what I've been told for the past year after year after year concerning what to expect. And I think really a lot of it has to do with us taking control. And I don't know what are we going to do with all of these people who just are living life like nothing's happening. Like, oh, it's just we need to go back to the normal. It's like there was never your normal was a prison cell. It's like you're normal. This is the Death Star. I mean, you don't want to go back to the normal, and trust me. And these bad guys are going to try to take more and more power from us. And they're doing it every day. Little by it's very simple. It's very quiet. It's very gentle the way they're doing it. They're just pulling the wool over your eyes little by little, and everyone's going along with it. You just can't keep going along with it because it's going to get worse and worse and tighter and tighter. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know what else to say. So I asked, I said, what do you want us to do? Right. And they said there is a glimmer of hope, on the horizon. There is, a shaft of light. The doors are being pulled apart and the shaft of light is coming through. and things are going to be all right, as they've been telling me for a while. The rats that are running free, the rats that are controlling the money system, the rats that are controlling the industrial military complex, the rats are being taken care of, they said. And all of the gold and riches and whatever benevolence, the goodies that belong to us, they're stealing from us. They've been stealing, they're threatening us, they're killing people, they're killing animals, they're destroying the planet. It's just like the rats, right? And I hate to say rats because, these people are far, far worse than any rat is ever. A rat's just being a rat. They're just being their natural, they're what they're supposed to do, as a rat, is a beautiful being. But no, these rats, I'm using that in the metaphorical sense here. Yeah, and they showed me opening up the coffers and all of the gold spilling out, all the gold they stole from us spilling out. So work is being done to remove these, creatures. They're not human for sure. They're some kind of creatures. And then they said it's going to be like a volcano. Okay, that's good. I can go for that. I'm ready for some action. And this volcano will explode. Okay, I'm ready for that. You guys have been, I don't know. I want this volcano to explode. I want this stuff to really start to happen. I don't, like, honestly, I just think your average sheepy is just going to go to banana land. I don't know, and honestly, I'm tired, and I'm just speaking for myself, but I'm really tired of being forced to live in the prison lunatic asylum that these millions and maybe billions of sheep on this planet have forced everyone to live into. I'm just tired of them. I'm just tired, and I refuse to live in the jail they've created for us. They've allowed to be created for us, these sheep, and I don't really I mean, I do have compassion for them, but, honestly, they're the enemy. And there's probably billions of people on this planet that are the enemy at this point. And I hate to say that, but it's reality. They're playing because they're playing the game, It's like, if you're playing the game and you're supporting the dark side, even through your passive actions, right? Even through your lack of action, even through your apathy, you're supporting the dark side, and yeah. Anyway, so they say. I'm going to keep going. That was just me. That's not them. So they're showing me that, yes, from out of the depths of the fires of the nastiness that's been happening, right? That benevolence, that wealth, that abundance is going to be brought forward for the Terrans, the Earth humans. So they say, stop feeling like you're living in lack, which I always have a hard time for some people. Now, I'm not living in lack. I'm not going to say I am. But there's a lot of people on this planet that are living in lack, and I don't know what to do, and I like why. I mean, I just don't think people deserve to be living in lack. And it's the setup. The reason that they're living in lack is the setup. It's not that they're making life choices that have put them in that position. That position has been put upon them, working for unlivable wages, spending your entire life with no hope. It's just, I just show them that. I'm like, look, there's people here. You can't blame these people. And you can't just cast it aside like so many people do, saying they made these choices, or this is what they came here to do, or their karma or whatever. That's just, I'm sorry, I don't believe in karma. That's bullshit. We don't have karma on our planet. There's no one ever talks about karma. Why would you have it here? That was the Anunnaki soul trap. Karma is the Anunnaki soul trap. It's the bad guys making you think that you have to live a life a certain way because you did something 200 years ago, or so. That's nonsense. We don't have it on our planet. Why would it be on this one? It doesn't exist. So all of this life lesson crap, I mean, honestly, you're in physicality. You're going to have life lessons. It's like, that's the whole point of physicality. But realistically, how old are you? We don't have understandings of death on my planet. Yeah, you lose your physicality, your body, whatever that is. You're like shedding clothes. This is how it is on Era. But you'll have another life. And life's not always roses. I don't think anybody knows. We're not stupid. Let's put it that way. Right? No one's stupid. Life's not full of roses. You're going to have experiences in life, right? You're going to go to a restaurant that wasn't what you thought it was. You're going to see a movie that wasn't that great. Let's face it, right? You're going to get on your ship and go to a planet and visit and like, yeah, it wasn't what you expected. You know, we all know that, right? You're going to slip and fall on a banana peel. Let's face it. But yeah, I just think it's time for forced experiences that you shouldn't have to experience, that you didn't come here to experience. I just don't believe that. I just think it's time. All those experiences have been crafted by the cabal, and they say, "Oh, you shouldn't be blaming others." I'm blaming the people who are doing this, the parasites, the controllers, the matrix. These people are doing this, and they've entrapped us into some kind of system that I think we've had enough of, to be honest with you. So yes, I agree with. I think what they were saying. You know, I'm just going to try to interpret some of this. That experiencing lack, that, you know, embodying the sense of us as nobodies, because that's what they want. I mean, they see us with disdain. They can't stand us. So all of these politicians, you're not all of them, you know, but most of the politicians you vote for, most of the governments in the world, your money system, every institution, your industrial military complex systems, your healthcare, that's a joke, right? I mean, all your medical systems, whatever, your chemistry, all chemical industries, all that stuff is meant to destroy you. And it's time they fall. It's time they go. And they've been just enslaving us in a poisonous prison. It's insane, you know. And so they say, again, that beautiful stuff is coming. Okay. All right. Beautiful stuff is coming, but you have to be able to see it so that you're like, you're not seeing it, you know, like I am seeing it. I want to see it. I know beautiful stuff is coming, but we don't have a lot of time left. I just don't think we have a lot of time left. Yeah. So they say, they're telling me that, yes, what we need, and we need a lot of things. I mean, if you take a look at it, we need social workers. We need a complete overhaul. We need the planet cleaned up. And we want to be a part of this. You know, it isn't like we're just going to sit back and let it happen. No. Some of us have to sit back and let it happen because our bodies have been poisoned and we're too sick to do anything. So obviously, something has to be done to assist those people and those animals and the plants that are in a state of complete degradation at this point because this has been put upon them. That has to happen. You know, we are going to need assistance. So this whole idea that the Earth people have to save themselves is nonsense. We can't, we need the tools. You need the tools, right? We need the tools, the assistance, the knowledge handed to us so that we can begin to do these things. Plus all of the equipment that the bad Earth people, I hate to even say Earth people at this point, these monsters, these liars, these villains, we need that stuff. Okay. And we need people that know how to use that stuff to teach other people how to use it. And maybe they may off-panel people, whatever. I don't know. We just need stuff right now. Okay. But they said, okay, it's coming. They said, see it, even though you don't see it, like blindfolds on right now, you can't see it. Okay, no, I do see it, you know. But the end result is celebration. They said the end result is it's all going to be great, celebration. I'm like, okay, I get it. And I understand, like what I'm seeing right now when I try to remote view a lot of this stuff. Well, I'll tell you one thing I remote viewed is a plane crash. There's going to be a plane crash. This is, I remote viewed the last plane crash. I don't like to tell people things. I don't like to bring this out there. I kind of keep it because I don't want, it's like, yeah. When those doctors in Brazil were murdered, I first saw that plane crash. There's going to be another plane crash. I don't feel this way that it's going to be a large commercial. It's a commercial plane, but I don't see it as being a large, like Airbus type plane. I see it as this kind of one of those smaller type, not small plane, but a smaller type, like a Ryanair type plane. Not that it's going to be, it's not Ryanair. It isn't going to be Ryanair for those people flying Ryanair, but that kind of plane, you know, not super big. I'm getting Europe and India, or Europe or India, those regions. Europe, it's in that whole Europe. Yeah, mostly that area. Not getting United States at this point. Not getting Brazil again. But bear in mind, you know, like I say, when you remote view, sometimes what you interpret can be incorrect. So make sure that you're, you know, again, I'm not, but it's just something I want to put out there because I did see it again. So whenever I try to remote view the American election, this, you know, honestly, I'm just getting as an image like a bag that you're all with all kinds of options inside it, shaking and shaking up. I can't remote view this. There's just too many. I almost feel like it's what can happen from this is the timelines are fighting. Like, I know we're on the timeline of winning. And I don't mean anyone is going to win the election. They're a bunch of jokers. I'm talking about us. I'm talking about us. And I say this over and over again. Please, Earth humans, stop putting your safety, stop putting your way of life, stop putting your freedom. Don't give that away to people. Stop giving it away to your governments. Start taking control. Start taking control from the town level. That's where you start, right? You're in a city, you're in a town. Start taking control away from them. Your town and your city is there to oppress you. They are not working for you. Please stop thinking that that's the way it is. Yes, there may be individuals that are benevolent, but those individuals don't have a voice. They can't overcome an entire system by themselves. They need your assistance. Are there good people in politics? Yes, but you're not standing behind them. They're all by themselves. This is what drives me crazy about you Earth humans. You're not sticking up for anyone. You're just hiding in your cellars. Stop doing that. Oh my God, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it if you do that. Even if a ship lands tomorrow. Ships landing all over the place tomorrow. They finally give me a ship and I crush all of your governments. Well, literally, like physically, my ship squashes your government buildings. If you're going to live as sheep, I mean, it's not going to work. Where we can't just keep, changing your diapers, literally. Right now, the majority of Earth humans are 2-year-old toddlers. That you just don't have the maturity. You have to understand the reality that you're facing here. These people that you put into office that control you, right? Your controllers are your governments. That's who they are. Don't point fingers at like the deep state, the cabal. That's your government. That's who they are. The cabal, the deep state, the Illuminati, they're your government. That your jailers. Okay? You need to take it all down. From your town to your city to your major government system. You need to stop giving away your power to somebody else. You need to stop doing that. You need to change your own diapers. Is because you will just not survive. You can't have a race of livestock. That's what you are. you're yeah. You've given away everything to these savages, these monsters, I don't know what else to call them. And you need to stop doing that. So yes, I was told, as I've been told for the years after years, every time I ask this question, what is going to happen? They say it's all going to be okay. But that doesn't mean you sit back. It's like you need to take responsibility. You need to start taking responsibility for your actions, for yourself. You actually need to make choices in your life. You need to stop being a victim. You need to put your big girl, big boy pants on. That's all. That's the best information I can give. People are where I come from, everybody's responsible. Yes, we do have a government there, but they're actually working for us. We don't have little states and nations on Era. We see ourselves as one. Now there's different races on my planet, but everybody's one. There's different cultures on our planet, but everybody's one. You can't have an Earth where the races on this planet and the cultures are fighting each other. This is insane. And as Ika mentioned before, that doesn't mean you throw the baby out with the bathwater. That doesn't mean you get rid of your religions. That doesn't mean you get rid of your cultures. It doesn't mean you get rid of your languages. No, it means you enjoy them. It means you understand the benevolence that's behind them. It's not about throwing stuff out. And I'm going to say this because I know he wouldn't say this, but if you have a religion that dictates to you what you have to do, that's a red flag, folks. That's a red flag. That's if your religion is telling you to hate, if your religion is telling you to be suspicious of everybody else, if your religion is telling you to throw away your sense of self, if your religion is making you live in fear, if your religion is teaching you anything other than benevolence, charity, self-love, you need to start taking a look at what's going on. And maybe you need to start taking control of your religion again. That's another thing, right? Because you know deep down, your God or gods are not, we're not telling you to hate. Because if you're hating, you're gonna destroy yourself. Because you have a rot on your apple. Your apple has a piece of rot on there. Y'all know what happens when fruit starts rotting. It rots, right? So you can't have a piece of rot in your doctrine and expect it to not completely decay at some point, right? So anyway, that's what they told me. I just kind of interpreted it in a way. Everything's supposed to be fine. Stuff's supposed to keep coming down. When, I don't know. Same message, but I'm not going to tell you that the next solar eclipse, fairies are going to be flying around, no. Because how many have come and gone and nothing's happened, right? Nothing's happened. So use your own discernment, use common sense, start taking responsibility, all these things that we have to learn, all these things that we have to bring to the table for ourselves. And yeah, let's see what happens, right? Like I said, I literally can't remote view this. I'm trying, but it's just like, yeah, it's a shit show. I mean, that's that's basically, and it needs to be. I think it needs to frickin' like explode. Everything needs to come down. It just needs to explode. I don't know how it's going to explode, but it has to explode. Because there's no normal. There's no normal. There never was a normal. Well, the normal is you being oppressed, enslaved, murdered, all that stuff. Poisoned, you name it, all the goodies. Yeah. Your children sold to be eaten, all that kind of shit. You all know the same stuff, right? Yeah, I speak in the choir. Yeah. Anyway, so keep on keeping on. That's all we can do. And remote view yourself. See if you can get some answers. Don't look to, just I don't even look to them a lot of times. You don't say, well, what do the star people say? Well, they tell me stuff, but even our elders, I tend to kind of be like, okay, I understand what you say. I respect what you say, but the proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? I got to see some kind of stuff in front of me. I can't be like just told stuff and I got to see it in front of me. So that's the kind of person I am. So I always tell people, do your own remote viewing, see what comes out, share it with us here, in the comments, and come on the show, right? Come on and let's have a chat. Let's do that. Let's see what's going down, right? Have a chat with Ika too. He can come on. He has to kind of be careful what he says because he works for the, he works for the GFW, right? So like he has to, and he has a high ranking position, so he has to kind of be diplomatic. But yeah, that doesn't mean we can't come on here and even be classy. Oh my God, for the first time, right? Try to be classy, try to be diplomatic, and let's see if we can find some answers. But anyway, thank you so much for taking the time, your beautiful time today, and I honor all of you warriors here, and grace and gratitude.